Well, there is a brand new stadium starting to take shape just across the way, but for now, the action is here at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo, New York. Tonight, we polish off Week 10 with a good Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Buffalo Bills. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for... understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. And we have an injury on the play, and it looks like the running back, James Cook, is the one who's down. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's Allen. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
This will be fielded at the 17. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 27. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Runs over it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early. And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Wilson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And this returnable for Hines. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. On first down, Allen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Bills at 2-7 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
If you look at this Bronco defense, there are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
So on fourth down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. The kick by Bass is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 34. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Caught right side, Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You said you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
Now a give running right. It's Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. But you look at this Bronco defense. They come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and the Bills have taken the lead. So all field goals so far, 6-3 our score as the kick is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week. So this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. That's caught left side by Judy. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 45-yard line. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They set up the screen for Henry. Touchdown! Derrick Henry with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Allen and Knox teaming up there for Buffalo first down. Operating from the gun. Allen going right back to Knox, and again a completion. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Again, they'll throw with Allen. And incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he is going to have a Bills first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on third and inches. Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Allen now on first down. This is caught by Hilton. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Allen off the play fake. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, 31 yards. And the Bills have regained the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Caught left side by Hilton. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And Hines is going to have a Bills first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, Allen. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now it's Hines. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Wilson. That is caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. A 1st down carry for Henry. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 5. Wilson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Trucks over him, and they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's Wilson. He completes this to Sutton. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now a 2nd and 10. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And quickly they get to the line. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. That false start costly. Moves them back to the 9 now, 1st and goal. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. Henry again. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have got it back to within a score.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. I think you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On play action, Allen. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be up around the 45-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
They accepted the risk, and it was rewarded. What a catch on 4th down to create a first down situation. But one more time, what a catch.
What a catch. It was close, perilously close to a turnover on downs, but picked up the first.
How about him getting his feet down, though? That's footwork.
Here's Hines. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Here's Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Hines. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Allen going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive. and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. His throw incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. From the gun, it's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That open man that time, they ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Henry up the middle. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They go play action with Wilson. And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Wilson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Russell Wilson. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Broncos have taken a 4th quarter lead.
And that's a sight we feel like we've seen a lot over his career. But remember, for Russell Wilson, 3 in his first year as a Bronco last year and only 15 in the last 8 years. But he still knows how to use those wheels when necessary, and he takes care of business right there.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. This is caught by Hilton. Through the middle of the field. All the way home for a Bills touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From his end zone, here's Tremont Smith. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now it's Wilson. They set up the screen for Henry. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. And they're going to speed things up here. On second down, here's Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Throwing is Wilson. They'll find Sutton on the right side complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Wilson.
That is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Jeudy from 13 yards out. And the Broncos put together a fourth quarter drive to take the lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here. And they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They run with Hines. And he stopped immediately there. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Here's Allen to throw it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bills first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. To throw is Allen.
This is Hines.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Now Allen.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. Here's Allen on 3rd down. Hines. And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down at around the 22. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Boy, hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming. 4th and 3. Allen, they're going for it. This is Harris. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos will take over on downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Still on his feet. How about this? Racing to the end zone. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Derrick Henry, 81 yards. And the Broncos use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Allen.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up second and 10. Now Wilson. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Here's Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on fourth and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and the Bills are going to get the football back.
They'll come up first and 10 here. Here's Allen. Pass complete to Harris.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. A map play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
Completes it to Hilton.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustment?
I can teach you how to get paid, how to get by, and how to get fly. I can teach you how to get cake, if not the whole thing, at least a little slice. Honestly, I'm an immaculate anomaly. I'm an organic organism, ain't no ordinary organs in them. I can't afford any synonymy. That's why my flow is like a cinnamon tsunami with the lemongrass. Ooh, ooh. Let me know what you wanna do. If you wanna build, I'm Bobby. If not, then kick it in the lobby. I got a lot to do. Ooh, I'ma watch what you gonna do. If you gonna build, I'm Bobby. If not, then chuck a deuce. You throwing off the vibe, man, I don't die time. It's all about the vibe, all that I got time. I ain't got the goose,
tripping, this is easy, easy. Got 'em excited to meet me, meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs, CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat, repeat. Hey, I ain't hear nothing haters say. Let 'em talk about us. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around us. I kill it and then I walk away. Put the chalk around it. I just get low key and watch 'em talk about it. Talk about it. I'm in New York and we finna get loose. Squeeze the big apple and give me the juice. Don't wanna talk, I just do what it do. My alter egos can fill up a room. Hop on the flight to the trip with the room. That hop in the whip, that is missing the roof. My woman a fire, just look at my boom. I'm the almighty, I'm feeling like Bruce. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't need much, ability to do. Ooh, 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 ooh. Breaking the hearts and breaking the rules. Ooh, 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 ooh. 10 out of 10, I'm feeling like two. I ain't tripping, this is easy, easy. Got 'em excited to meet me, meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs, CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat, repeat. Hey, I ain't hear nothing haters say. Let 'em talk about us. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around us. I kill it and then I walk away. Put the chalk around it. I just get low key and watch 'em talk about it. Talk about it. Every week I got a mission to get it. Hop on a flight and then finish in business. I'm sitting in business. Just look at the ticket. The traveling man. I'm switching to pivot. Why would I talk about it when I live it? I know that you live it. I know that you mad. Putting up numbers and flipping the digits again and again and again. Well, you get it. Elevate and enjoy the saga. Better pay, give me more them dollars. Still on the grind, ahead of my time. On yesterday's a yo mananas. Trip to Hawaii to bust out the haka. I bust out the haka. I bust out the ooh. When there's nothing to do. Never been capping, you know that it's true, 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 true. Haters are crying me a river like boo, 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 boo. Breaking their hearts and breaking the rules. Ooh, 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 ooh. 10 out of 10, I'm feeling like two. I ain't tripping, this is easy, easy. Got 'em excited to meet me, meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs, CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat, repeat. Hey, I ain't hear nothing haters say. Let 'em talk about us. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around us. I kill it and then I walk away. Put the chalk around it. I just get low key and watch 'em talk about it. Talk about it, yeah.
Ayo, DJ.
AYB, let pipe him up, bro.
They don't want no problems. Don't want no problems. They don't want no problems. Don't want no problems. All I know is win. I ain't never took a L. But if I take a L, then you know I'm raising hell, huh? They don't want no problems. They don't want no problems. looking like they finna stop something. It's go time, let's line it up. I've been ready to mop something the whole time. My stomach growling. I ain't gon' pick up for no 100,000. I need a Billy tryna go and buy the public housing. Yeah, cut that stove on. My name hot like fajita play. I don't need a break. Told my partner crank that to the meter like break. Mr. P, who want it? No limit, who run it? Dreadhead, cool runners. GMF, good money. New whip, 200. Soldiers with me, 300. If it ain't about the money, please don't count on me coming. No, they don't want no problems. These problems gon' be problematic. Don't want no smoke or no static. I don't do no dramatics. Them boys faker than plastic. I tell them jump in the bag, cause I've been in my bag. Speeding off in the Jag.